Tesla shares trading close to a record high. Yesterday, I looked, got to 498 at one point yesterday, but the closing high, I think, is like 489 and change. We'd almost be there right now for if it's only up 62 cents. Very volatile, though, but basically trading at an all-time high. Dan Levy is Barclays senior auto analyst. Is it cars? Is it taxis? Is it what is it at this point, Dan? Maybe the concern about the expiring subsidies or government tax credits held the stock down. What's causing the new surge?
Maybe thank you, Joe and Andrew. Maybe the better overarching view is it's narrative. That's really what it is that we are in a stock that has been at this point purely driven by narrative. Fundamentals at this point are seemingly an afterthought. The car business is sort of a little bit of yesterday's news. The news going forward really is about the path forward in robotaxi, Optimus humanoid robots. That's really what's driving the stock and the strength here, and why you have a stock that's trading, well in excess of 200 times next year's earnings.
Does that mean that you think it's overvalued, or does the narrative just reflect what Elon's been able to do in the past? I mean, it's bad to bet against him.
Well, and I think that really is the view for a lot of us here is, and why we stick with equal weight rating, even though it is disconnected. We are fundamentally sort of rooted analysts, but the reality is we are in a market that is placing a heavy premium on AI narratives. Elon has done a very good job reflecting that they are a beneficiary of AI. I think we all know the opportunity of the TAMs that are associated with robotaxi, autonomous driving, humanoid robots. Sure, I think what we would say is be mindful of sort of the challenges in unlocking those TAMs. Robotaxi, there is still a long ways to go to scale these operations, and humanoid robots is still really in improving the concept that they have. But the reality is we're mindful of the market dynamics that are driving the strength of the stock.
Doge who, Dan? So much for the stigma from being friends with Trump or advisors to Trump. But what about all those bumper stickers that say I bought my Tesla before Elon lost his mind? Are they going to peel those off? What about that?
Yeah, I think that the narrative here on Elon's sort of engagement with the company, first of all, that was what the AGM was really about, and the comp package was really about, was making sure that Elon Musk is engaged and focused on the future of Tesla. So I think they got that. We are seeing an Elon Musk that is relatively more engaged now with the future of the business, as opposed to sort of political endeavors, which had weighed down the stock before. And again, I think for this, as far as the stock is focused, yes, they've lost market share. You see that in the numbers. The stock is focused on their prospects in autonomous driving and humanoid robots right now. I
mean, there was a time when people thought, even though liberals love, climate hysteria and everything else, there was a thought that they'd never buy another Tesla because of the brand damage from Elon associating with the bad orange man. That has not come to pass.
Yeah, well, and listen, we've seen that already in Europe, right? Like sales are down. So sales for November just came out. They're down 12%. And it continues the theme we've seen of European sales under pressure.
Because of that, or because of the expiring subsidies, or because of brand damage, or what?
Well, Europe has been more a story of brand damage. The U.S., we saw the subsidies expire already back in September. So now you're seeing some hangover effects, even though there was actually some decent lease pricing that's out there. And China is just a very competitive market. So I think there are a number of factors at play, which is why you're going to see sales this year down double digits. Right? We haven't seen a volume decline of that magnitude for Tesla. I think the key part here is really resetting the bar on volume. And for them in the U.S., it's about now showing that you can buy a vehicle with FSD. Are consumers going to go out and buy new vehicles on the basis of FSD being, the killer app, so to speak, in vehicles?